President Biden today decided to order an historic move in order to fight high gas prices at the pump for the consumers. But what the media or what his administration is not telling you is how bad of a move, how stupid of a move this is. I mean, don't get me wrong, folks. I'm here to talk about finance, money. I'm not here to talk about politics. So it doesn't matter if you are from the right or from the left. It's about common sense and facts. All right. So before you spread that BS on here on the comment section, please, let's just focus on the facts. And that is what I'm going to share this video and share with you some of the things that personally, as an investor, all right, I'm positioning myself to capitalize on this move. I believe it's the least smartest or the worst they could have done, because it screams desperation, all right, in a market that was already looking for desperation moves. So if you haven't heard, President Biden announced this today. He says he's going to release the Strategic Petroleum Reserve for about 1 million barrels a day. 1 million barrels a day. So, and this is going to continue for at least the next several months in order to have a total release of this reserve for about 180 million barrels in total. All right. Knowing that the reserves currently have about, something around the 350 to 400 to 600 million. Yeah. Somewhere around those numbers. So, and he says, according to this article that is just, relating the information, this is an expectation that this could cut gas prices 10 to 35 cents per gallon. But some experts worry about the long-term cost. And this is precisely the problem here, folks, the long-term cost. All right. So first off, if you look at what of course, today, this information, this news, this move, made prices go down because the price of oil on markets decreased from 106 to almost 100. But now it's almost going back up. All right. Now, here's the problem. When prices shot up to 130 per barrel and went back down to 110, did you really experience a change at the pump? No, you didn't. Or if you did, it was like a drop in water. All right? And there is a reason behind it, because let's face it, folks, and this is where the facts get into the picture, and you will agree with me at the end of this video that this is not the smartest move they could have made. And what this is bad, but good if you know how to position yourself now as an investor. All right. Now, here's the thing. The US itself consumed, as of January 2021, 20 million barrels per day. 20 million barrels per day. Now, we are going into the highest consumption season of the US. Because of summer, because of travel, because of leisure, because of COVID restriction easing up totally all around the globe, except maybe in China, because they really want a zero COVID policy, which I think it's also one of the dumbest thing. But who am I? Just a random guy posting videos on YouTube, right? Now, the thing is, what is 1 million barrel per day is going to do, really, folks? Maybe it's going to ease prices at the gas pump because prices are going down. But for how long? Maybe for 4-5 days? 4-5 days? I mean, let's just say for the next 6 months, they release 1 million barrel per day from these reserves of the US. All right. In total, we're talking about 186, let's just say 200 million barrels. All right. Now, for the exact same period of 6 months, the US itself is going to consume 7 billion barrels in these 6 months. And I may be conservative here. So what is 200 millions going to change into 7 billion in a market that is already tight, meaning because of the sanctions that it imposing on Russia, nobody knows where oil is going to come from, because you cannot just turn on the tap and put pressure on companies in the US to start producing oil, because of your regulations and your fees and your taxes, you pretty much are doing everything to prevent them from being profitable, especially the chaos after the chaos they lived in 2020. So they're being smart and disciplined in how to survive in this environment. So this is not a communist world where you can actually tell them, hey, start pumping. No. It doesn't work, because we are in a capitalistic world and everything has to do with money. So even if they were to start producing oil today, it wouldn't come out at the pump to start bringing the supply down, the demand down. I mean, to increase the supply, which is the same thing, in the next 2 or 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. So you kind of see where the problem is now. And then to finish with this and why this is a stupid move, before we get into how we can capitalize to make a good chunk of money on this move, well, at some point, because these are reserves are made to be full. It's kind of like an emergency fund. You build your emergency fund, an emergency comes out, you take the money out of that account, of that fund, but at some point, the goal is to replenish that emergency fund in order for you to be safe. So we are selling oil when it is trading at 100 with the intention of buying back when it's going to probably cost 150. You know what? Because this is not going to change the fact that there is a supply crunch, especially after what you've been doing on sanctions energy sector in Russia. All right. So how can you benefit from this? Well, as an investor, I'm looking for an opportunity. I was already an investor in the oil sector because this was the most beaten sector down since 2020, since COVID crash came, since this pandemic crash came. All right. So now the bullish pattern is getting even more, the action is getting more stronger. The bullish pattern is getting even more strong. So it does make sense anytime is to hold some few interesting company stocks that are going to benefit from it largely. All right. So I already shared with you many times here that in order to be really exposed and make the most amount of money into the energy sector is to buy the small cap companies. If you haven't watched these videos, I'm going to put some here where I'm talking about the cheapest stocks in the energy sector, the best stocks in the energy sectors, or the stocks that are going to give you the best amount of return in the next 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. As a matter of fact, yesterday I posted a video where I was explaining to you guys why, if you want to do a quick swing trade, meaning you want to buy now and maybe sell in the next months or so when they start publishing earnings, this quarter is going to be one of the best quarters in the whole history of oil companies, because oil was trading above 110 for pretty much 2 months of this quarter. So we're talking about cash cows here. And going in this current environment where the market conditions are going to be tight, everybody after, especially this closing quarter, is going to look for companies that are going to be preventing them from losing their capital and giving them passive income, which both of them is the definition of the exact sector in the energy right now. All right. So look up for those videos and you will get exactly which stocks I'm recommending and I'm owning, by the way, and I'm trading, whether it's day trading or swing trading. And yeah, you will be sure that in the next, April or May or going into summer, I mean, you can easily have the chance to double your money. No kidding. Double your money. So be smart, folks. That's how people are getting rich. That's how you build wealth, by getting strategic and positioning yourself and acting when you see an opportunity opening.